Gonna see how amazing you are, and you're gonna be like, that's right, that's right. You're gonna snap your little fingers like a housewife.
Hell
Yes.
no.
Do that hair flip.
Yeah.
That bob and weave with the neck and the shoulders.
No.
No, that's me actually. How are
Cut
you,
off the
baby?
bullshit. Huh?
How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
I'm alright. You already know what's up, but I'm good.
Just so you know, I cut the beginning.
It did?
Yeah, I cut the intro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Basically, it's Miss DJ Hoodie and Boo Rob. Okay, go. We're back up. We're up to date.
Oh man, I wonder why it did that.
You know why?
Yeah. Is it cause of my noggin?
No.
It's my.
It's the negative forces trying to stop you from doing what you do.
Yes, I think so.
Yep.
That would be a huge part of it. I thought I was out of recovery, but I don't know. Am I giving too much away? Probably.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
It's
You're
cool.
not gonna give in. Because you're not gonna give in.
Yeah, I know I'm not.
Nope.
Nope. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
Ever.
Ever!
Yeah, there you go. You told me I have to get mad, so I'm practicing.
That was you getting mad?
Yeah.
Aww. How cute. Yeah, show those little raccoon teeth.
I actually did the face.
With your little wooden sword.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oof. I would text something to you, but I'm too weak.
You're too weak to text?
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't want to say it?
No, I can't say it actually.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, but let's just say I'm feeling I'm struggling a little bit right now. Honestly, I don't even know if I can go on with the show. Yeah, it just hit me like a bag of sand. Like I'm like sweating really bad right now. That was sudden.
Hold on, I'm checking something. Okay.
We got dead air.
That's fine.
Edit.
No, leave it in. Let people see what it is to be spiritual. They just roll their eyes, that's funny. But you're here. What are you doing here? You know what this is. You know what this is about. You don't like it, don't come back. Vete. Go. Fuchi. You know what fuchi means?
I don't even know what that is. Like
Fuchi
what
is like
language?
Spanish.
What is it?
It's Spanish for yuck.
Pile.
Get out.
Get away. Get away.
Yeah, you know what? That movie that we watched yesterday. You know how he did that sound with the sticks, the thing, thing. What does that mean?
I don't know.
because I thought that that was a Spanish thing, because when we say that, we're saying, like, basically it's saying son of a bitch, because we're saying chinga tu madre.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that it was an English thing. And then, what's his name? What's his name?
Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee. It was in the Bruce Lee movie. I want to know what that means. If anybody out there knows what that means, hit me up.
Yeah, and he's talking about dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah, because we say
That's what
chinga tu
he's
madre.
referring to. Last night we
Yeah.
watched Bruce Lee's Game of Death, and
Yes.
Bruce Lee really didn't play in that movie. He was already gone, I think, by the time they did that movie. And yeah, he had well, they obviously it wasn't him. It was like a stunt, but yeah, it's one of my favorite films. And all his other films, like Return of the Dragon. That's the one that we were watching with the restaurant.
Mhm.
That one was really cool. And then Fist of Fury was a good one, too. That one was kind of fucked up. It was really sad. But one of my favorites.
When did those come out? When did you watch them?
I've been watching those since I was a kid. But,
Yeah.
yeah, those came out in the 70s, I believe.
I never had the patience to watch those kind of movies.
Why? It's a bunch of
I don't know.
fighting and the
I don't
motherfucker
know.
got raped, which was fucked up. Or graped, excuse me.
Too late.
Oh my god. Well, I'm not monetized, so it's fine.
And in that case,
Yeah. Man, he passed out drunk and she took advantage of him. And he woke up and he was like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, sorry, I was in your dressing room. Like, nah, bruh, that was intentional.
that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people
You women
don't
are
talk
dirty that do that shit. Mm-hmm.
about. How do you feel?
I'm starting to feel better.
Funny.
Huh?
Funny people.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna tell you? I was gonna tell you something.
About Bruce
Yeah,
Lee?
about his son.
Oh, Brandon
we talked
Lee?
about this. We talked about you watching The Crow, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched that movie lots of times.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it last night, but I got busy.
You watched it last night?
No, I was going to.
Oh, I want to watch it with you.
Do you have MGM?
No, but I can get one. Do you have
I'm
a
thinking
premium
of-
account?
I don't know, babe, because I signed up for a free one, for a free trial, and then when I went to cancel it, it said it was gonna end in a year, but I never got charged for it. If you guys are listening, don't charge me for it. I paid. It says I have a year subscription.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah, see, they're just waiting to get you.
I pay.
Mm-hmm.
I always pay.
But yeah, I want to watch The Crow.
I fucking love that movie.
That one's kind of fucked up too.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the theaters to watch that movie. I think I told you about this before when we talked about it. I just don't, for whatever reason, I don't remember you saying that you watched it, but I know that we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that I went to the theater, and in that one scene when they're on the roof and they're fighting,
Mm-hmm.
you know how it hits, lightning hits that rod?
Mm-hmm.
In the theater, the lights went off.
Oh my god.
The movie stopped. Yeah, I know. It was
Oh.
fucked up and scary because, of course, he had already died. And people were saying that theaters were haunted, or that he was haunting theaters, or whatever they said. But I was like, no, that's not true. And damn it, I'm just giving it all away. I snuck into that movie. I didn't pay for it. Don't come and get me. I'm good. I'm a good person.
Yes, you are.
But
And
I
he
guess something
believes
comes.
now.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's a cool movie. I want to watch it again.
What's your favorite scene from The Crow?
When he comes in through the broken window,
Mm.
he just
Any
shows up on like that.
significance or?
I thought it was just badass. Coming in through the window, showing up and shit.
Mm-hmm. As a collective, favorite scenes.
There was a scene with the girl too, right? I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it in a long time. There was a scene, I think. I don't remember how old I was when I watched that movie, but um, that taught me what love is.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, that's all I remember is that towards the end, I was like, oh shit, that's love? So it taught me what love was, or what
Yes.
it was supposed to be.
Yes. You know what
But,
I think?
mm,
I think people, okay, the whole point of movies being made, I think, is of course to send a message or bring awareness, and like, don't do shit like that, don't do shitty things like that, or you want to be, not want to be the hero, but do the right thing,
mm,
or understand what pain is, understand what love is, right?
mm,
And it's like, people only watch movies once. They never watch them again. And I think that's where they don't learn anything.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times I watched The Crow, and being a spiritual person, I don't like to watch violence for no reason. Like, there has to be a reason for the violence. But if you're just out, just going on a killing spree, I can't watch that shit. I just can't. There has to be a reason. It's almost like, I know people are gonna think I'm fucked up and crazy for this, but that's one of the reasons why I like the movies, Saw,
Mm-hmm.
is because he's teaching people a lesson.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, people only watch those things one time. And if people get obsessed over scary movies and gore movies and things like that, they're just sick in the head at that point. Like, they just get enjoyment out of that. For me, it's not enjoyment. It's just like, damn, like, why don't people learn from this shit? I bet people just walked out the theater and then they just thought it was just some cool shit to do. Some, like, it just opens up something else in them.
Well,
And thinking that they could do some crazy fucked up shit to other people and think that they're actually teaching them a lesson. But it's like, they don't even know what the fuck that lesson is. They're just doing it just because they seen a movie.
yeah. I was gonna tell you, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, a lot of people just watch movies for the entertainment factor.
Mhm.
It's just the movie, it doesn't mean anything. Even though the movies have lessons in them, like you said, they're supposed to teach you something, and
Mhm.
that's why it always it always made me wonder, like, when people watch a scary movie, do they not question the producer or the creator, the screenwriter, or whatever it is, whoever wrote the story? They don't question what's in that person's mind,
Mhm.
because that had to come from somewhere. And we all have a dark side too. I know I have a dark side. I told you about my dark thoughts. And I'm like,
Yes.
damn. I even surprised myself. I'm like, damn. How am I so nice of a person? How do I not skin people? I'm not. Just don't play any classical music, because then I can't hold myself back.
Well, you have a reason for your dark side. That's the difference. You know, people have dark sides, you know, like for no reason. You know, at that point they're just psychopaths. They're narcissists. They're manipulators, you know. But I have a really dark side too, and let me tell you, you know, I put you in a place where, you know, everything is just, you know, everything could look like paradise, but at a blink of an eye, it's like, yo, this is where you're really at. You know, and that's not me doing it to you. It's just, this is where, like, you know, one hand, this is where you think you should be. And again, that blink of an eye is really where you are. And this is where you're really meant to be. That's the, you know, that's the whole flip. And people just don't get it.
You said you have a DVD player, right?
A what?
A DVD player?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Whatever you're thinking, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I can't say it though.
Yes.
But there is a movie I want you to watch, and I don't know if you want to watch it by yourself or if you want to watch it with me, but it's called The Stigmatic.
Oh, I heard of that before. I don't know what it's about.
I've been trying to get you to watch that movie for like a year now.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even remember. Did I save it?
You said you did.
Oh, I probably did. It's probably buried. Because every time I see like something that I want to, or I think I'm going to be interested in watching, I save it.
Yeah. I need you to watch that one.
I'll watch it.
Okay. Everybody should watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird show.
Huh?
I said this is a weird show.
Well, you're probably feeling me. That's why. Like, I'm just.
So
yeah.
Tell me what the title means.
The title is. See, I already forgot. Communicating with your eyes and dead eyes. You follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Where did you say that?
Where?
Yeah.
I was reading an article. The article is already posted in the description, so if you guys want to check it out, you guys can. It's there, readily available during this live broadcast. And it is called Dating Coach Says Communicating with Your Eyes Will Get You More Dates. Now, I was skimming through the article and I was like, yo, I have some questions. Okay. So, you want to just go ahead and get into the topic?
Without reading the article?
Well, let's just say our narratives are mostly correct. And I don't think that there's... I mean, what... Okay, so let's break down the topic, all right? It says dating coach. Okay, look for the keywords. Dating coach says communicating with your eyes will get you more dates. Now let's break that apart without reading the whole ass article, because I do this shit all the time. I see an article and I'm just like, yeah, well, that could mean a lot of things, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna even try to attack the coach, because how many dates has he went on to determine this? This is just one opinion. Communicating with your eyes will get you more dates. Do you have any idea how you break that down?
The first thing that I thought about was like the person in the background at like a bar, the person that stays to themselves, the person that's not like trying to talk to everybody, and just there. For some reason, it attracts like the mystery of that person attracts people. It's always the quiet ones. So in a way, you are communicating with your eyes, right? Because if you look at someone and you just don't even do a double take and you're just like, okay, so you're not interested in them. And if somebody, if you can communicate with someone just by looking at them, and you guys are communicating with each other just by looking at each other, that should be a sign that there's a connection there. Because you're not using your words, you're not trying to convince them of anything. You're not upping yourself or trying to convince them that you're a good person. Your eyes are going to tell them that. So in a way, you are communicating.
True.
I'm having trouble hearing myself. This is weird. But that's the first thing I thought about. And we communicate with our eyes all the time. I know when you're hungry. I know when you're horny. I know when you're thinking too much. Just by looking at you. I'm like, yes, babe.
Yes.
Yes. What else?
Well, let me read this passage because I have some issues. And everyone, I think, would agree. This passage says, a type 1 glance is where somebody casually looks your way. A type 2 is locking eyes momentarily before looking away. A type 3 glance is holding someone's gaze and smiling. This is a more interested sign of attraction, but the highest giveaway is coy eye contact. Someone will make eye contact, look away bashfully, and then perhaps look back again to see if the person is looking back at them. That's stalkish behavior. Type 3 is someone locking eyes with me and me looking back at them and saying, enjoy your lunch. That's not making me feel like, like there's a lot of attraction just to their food. But the whole thing about that though is you gotta be in the right fucking mind frame to determine and detect what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? Because when you smile, or what is this? A type 3 glance is holding someone's gaze and smiling. What the hell? How are you gonna know if you're doing these same exact acts? Maybe just to be friendly. See, it says a type 1 glance is someone casually looking your way. When a psychopathic mind would be like, oh shit, they think I'm the shit. They trying to get with me. Oh man, I see you looking at me, but it's just like they could have just been looking at a dog running across the road your way. So I know I'm just kind of like, like I'm picking on the passage, but the next one, it says how to tell if someone is flirting with you through eye contact. How does someone flirt with you? Eye contact, babe.
Like this.
I know what that means, and my tail is up. My tail is up and to the side.
Exactly. See, that's how it works.
Who's a psychopath? Let me see. I can't even say that word. Differentiating genuine interest is difficult since there are no clear signals to differentiate. How are you gonna have me say that twice? Sincerity, and I actually got it right. From deception in eye contact. The more you know someone, the more likely you are able to assess their intentions. So it is important to be cautious when dealing with someone new. That's my point. Sustained eye contact will boost attractiveness. Thoughts on this little title here?
My question to you is, are you looking at this in a spiritual sense or in a modern sense?
I'm looking at this in a modern sense because spiritual, I think it would be something a bit more open than just staring at somebody.
I think it's the same thing though, because that's why I said like location matters. What's going on around you matters. Remember that one dream that I told you I had where I met you at a coffee shop? Like that whole interaction was pretty much just eye contact.
Mhm.
You even told me like, what the hell are you looking at? Which is funny because that's basically what you're saying right now. You would think if somebody was staring at you like that, or somebody was looking at you like that, you would question like, what the hell do they want? What are they looking at? And it's probably because you're not open to meeting someone that way. But if we look at it in a spiritual way, for us, someone that can't keep eye contact with us, they're hiding something, right?
Mhm.
They're trying to hide something because we can read them through their eyes. So that's why it's not that different. If I look at someone in their eyes and they look mad, then I'm like, okay, this person's not, either they're not a good person, they're not in a good place, or they don't have good intentions. But I don't know if that's how everybody sees people. If everybody's able to read people through their eyes, or just the way they look.
Mhm.
That's why I was asking, is this a spiritual thing? And I know that the article is modern. I know
Mhm.
that, just the basic conversation is modern, but how are you looking at it? That's what I
Well,
was
I'm
asking.
looking at it. I don't want to say as a psychopath because because that's pretty much what the world is, and my whole purpose of looking at it and speaking of it like this in this way is to give examples of how not to be, right? So, looking at this in a modern way is like, yeah, sometimes looking at somebody in the face, looking at someone in the eyes, um it's almost like that Amish belief, right? Where they don't allow themselves to be photographed because they feel like that's like capturing your soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people like they lack a lot of eye contact because it's like, yeah, they're like protecting themselves or they're hiding something, like what you said. In a modern way, it's like you gotta look at who you're looking at. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because next we're gonna talk about, like, dead eyes and what it means. In a spiritual way, I think in the video that I'm going to play, yeah, it's a modern way. Um, it's what it looks like to us. Like, they just kind of look creepy. You could be a whole ass modern person, look at someone in the eyes and be like, okay, something's up with this motherfucker. And then next thing you know, it does turn spiritual. So when I'm reading this article, it's like, oh yeah, communication through your eyes can get you a date. And it's almost like another tool for whoever to use, whether it's an honest date or it's to latch onto somebody. Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
So I know it's probably like all over the place because I feel all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am not focused, babe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I just said yeah. So I'm trying to let me ask you, what is dead eyes? Because when I think of dead eyes, like I have a not an understanding, but I have a thought of what that means, but I don't know what you mean when you say that.
Okay, so I should have threw you the video before we started the cast, but basically this guy was like this is what dead eyes sound like. And basically it's like when a person has dead eyes, they're not looking at you, they're looking through you. And it is like dead eyes is they're looking at you like an object, not a person. Like they're looking at you for what they can get out of you or what you can do for them. So you know, there's this video. I don't know if you want me to play it. I will play it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it or hear it. But hold on, let me get situated here. Fuck, I'm gonna play this and then I'm gonna have to cut it, babe.
Okay.
But yo, and you guys can just drop it in the comments, man. Like, do you guys know any piece of shits that do this shit? Because I know a couple that are still actively being this way, and this is how they are and who they are. Ugh. Okay, so let me... Okay, hopefully you guys can see that.
You sure it's not the movement of the cover making you feel this way?
I'm not even looking at it. So, hold on a second. Let me just... Okay, there we go. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. And, are you listening to it, babe? Are you watching it? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna mute us and then I'm gonna play the video.
Okay.
BRB.
To use, and that's how they're looking at you, like they would look at a hammer or something.
It's wild because, like he was saying, you can fake the smile, you can fake the personality, you can fake everything, but you can't fake eyes. Anytime I think of dead eyes, I think of this guy.
I've paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you like to...
You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh, yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this thing.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
But I think I want to do a deep dive into dead eyes, so give me your guys' suggestion of who else has dead eyes. Have you ever seen someone with dead eyes? Like, this is what Robert Greene has to say about it.
And as I said to you, I don't know if we were on air or not, but deep narcissists have dead eyes. They almost can't help it. They can fake the smile, they can fake everything else, but the eyes, you have to be able to read it because you say, well, what are dead eyes? You'll know it when you see it. There's no life in them. They're like looking through you. They're not looking at you. They're looking through you. What can I get of you? You're what they call a self-object. They're an object for you to use. And that's how they're looking at you, like they would look at a hammer or something.
It's wild because, like he was saying, you can fake the smile, you can fake the personality, you can fake everything, but you can't fake eyes. Anytime I think of dead eyes, I think of this guy.
I've paid. You kind of caught me off guard dear, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you like to...
You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh, yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this thing.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
But I think I want to do a deep dive into dead eyes, so give me your guys' suggestion of who else has dead eyes. Have you ever...
So,
Yeah.
creepy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
sorry
so-
everyone that the audio wasn't on the first part of that clip, but sorry, babe, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's kind of how I see that one dude. What's his name? Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, whenever I come across someone that I guess in this category would fall under the dead eyes thing, I always thought it was like just me being able to read people, me, or people not being able to hide who they truly are from me.
Mhm.
I didn't think that there was like, I don't know. I guess I never looked at it like a modern thing.
Mhm.
I just didn't know.
Well, modern is where it starts, babe. Modern is where it starts because we're living here, and that's pretty much how it's almost like this. Like when a negative entity knows what. Okay, negative entities, they know what each person wants the most, right? Because spiritually they're fishing, right? They're fishing for people.
Yeah.
They're going after the modern feelings, and of course they know how to harness that person through eye contact. So that's why I pulled up this article, how to get a first date, because they think everybody, or they know that everybody, they want some kind of companionship, whether it's, you know, a one night stand, just a date, just so that they're not lonely, just someone they could do things with, or, you know, marriage and love and, you know, sharing and, you know, all of these things, right? It doesn't matter. The only thing that they know matters to these people is that they have somebody to do all of those things with. Doesn't matter for how long, doesn't matter how short. They are going to fish and reel in people in a modern way, and all they have to do is just look at them long enough to capture them and use them for these objects. And those objects are most of the time fucking, you know, it's for money. It's for someone to suck them off every night. You know, they'll do these things to get a ride. And you know who the fuck I'm talking about, right? The dead eyes is what pulled me. It was like, oh yeah, that's legit how I've been looked at. Not just by that particular individual, but I've been looked at in that way. Like they really don't see me. They only see what I could do for them. And when I say that line, you know all the other people that I'm talking about. You know, and it is that, you know, and let me tell you, I don't have to look at these people in the face for me to understand what they're doing. Why did I stick around? Because I wanted to believe that these people would change. Because that's what we do. We're supposed to make people see the brighter side of things, and that it's okay to change. It's okay to get in your feelings. It's okay to, you know, do all these other positive acts and shit. And one of those is, you know, and it don't have to be communication to get a date. It's just communicating in anything. You know, because the way these other people looked at me, it was not in a romantic sense. It was just, they were doing a lot of talking up. And you can hear that in their voice, in how they communicate with you. Like, you're just another project that they're wanting you to do or take care of, right? Just so that they don't have to do all of that extra work. You know? And it's not just in the eyes. It's all about the attitude. And what I wanted to get to in this article, let me see if I can find it. It said something about body language. And let me see. Yeah, I can't find it, but it's in the article when you guys pull it up. But you know, body language is another way of communicating. When you talk with your hands, it does show aggression, that you're angry, or like, you know, you're really trying to get through and explain. But another tactic is people that are negative souls, right? They know these movements. They know talking with the hands, and they know, like, touching your shoulder, right? Is like, you know, oh, I'm a friend. I'm just trying to get you to understand, you know, come with me. I'm welcoming you. When really it's just, you know, because sometimes when I'm laughing with a few people, I'll touch their shoulder, and, you know, for me, I touch somebody's shoulder, it's like, oh, I'm not leaving you out. Like, oh, I'm touching your shoulder because, like, you know, we thought this shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like they're using all of these communication things, and they're turning them into tactics. Whether it's to get a date, whether it's trying to get you to buy this house because this person, you know, this negative energy is a realtor, trying to lock you into a deal for a really long time, knowing that it's worth this much, but they're trying to make you okay with paying this much, knowing that this house needs a lot of work, but oh, I'm selling you a home, I'm selling you a place to raise your family. What things don't go wrong in that house? After a couple years, yeah, you're gonna have to fix things, keep up the maintenance in your house. And it's like, no, I'm giving you money to sell me a house that I don't have to worry about for 10 years. These problems shouldn't happen now. Oh, but, and then they touch you on the shoulder. See how that shit works? It's to lure. You know, and as much as I want to, you know, be all about this article and, you know, oh yeah, this is how you could get a date with eye contact. Man, you could be batting your eyes at a fucking psychopath just because crazy ass looks fine as hell. But that, you know, just because your hormones is up and you're just down. Comments?
I'm DTF right now. I'm just kidding. Yeah. It is all in the eyes, but you should also follow your intuition. Your intuition's gonna tell you if that person is a good person, if they got good intentions, if you should be following them or not, if you want to go home with them or not. Stop just, oh, they look cute. Or they're fine, or whatever people are saying nowadays. It's not, like, don't let that fool you. You know, a lot of people say this shit at the end of a fucked up relationship. I should have known. It was there. I just ignored it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it starts with the eyes. And then your intuition. And then body language. You feel it in your fucking gut. Stop ignoring it. You know when somebody tells you, hey, we should go do this, you feel it in your stomach and you're like, yeah, or no, or that's a bad idea. Oh, but I'm going to ignore it because this person loves me or I love them. And then you go and you do something dumb and then you regret it. Then you get in trouble and then your ass is in jail. And you're like, I should have known.
Mm-hmm.
My body told me not to do it. So that's why they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And a lot of times we do ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to. Have you ever noticed that the villain usually has glasses? Sunglasses on?
Yes.
I was thinking about that when you were talking.
Yeah, who wears the sunglasses in this marriage? You do.
I do.
Oh my god.
The villain.
Look at who I'm rolling around with. Uh-oh.
See, I'm like, oh, I'm nice. I'm the nice guy. And then I reel you in. And I take your skin off and I wear it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Beyonce.
Oh no.
Man, that bitch is a man, I've been saying it for years. That bitch is a fucking demon. Allegedly. Don't we gotta say that? Allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, you can see it in her face. Dead eyes, man. I'm telling you. Same with Jay-Z. They're all like that. You know, like they're just, their eyes be black as hell, and you know, people think that that's a cool look. It's not, man. Like, you know, people, they just don't fucking get it. Like, you're nothing to these people. You know, it's like that pastor in that video. I seen that whole video, and that guy was like, he was, I think that reporter was asking him about a private jet. Like, is that where all the church money is going? And he just kept lashing at her. And then he would be all nice and shit. Like, you know, like he was just coming in and out of it.
Yeah.
And she was
What
just
did
like,
she
was asking him, well, I think she was asking him about his private planes and private jets.
No, but I mean, in that clip that you showed, did she say, do you think people are demons?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
And then he got all fucking defensive. He was like, no, don't you say that.
Because he
Oh,
knows that
okay.
what he's teaching in the church, he's teaching them to be that. And he's trying to rig it like, no, they're not demons. No, they're not. And don't you ever say that I said that. It's like, what the fuck?
Relax, dude.
I'd be like, so what about you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, shit, man. And he's like one of those rich motherfuckers. He's like that one dude that looks like, what's his name? From fucking Three Amigos. Martin Short. That guy that owns that fucking auditorium, that church. That whole shit show. And he didn't want to help nobody through the hurricanes and shit.
Joe Osteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Yeah.
It's all about money. You know, and they've always said, you know, religion is a business. And they even say that about marriages, that marriage is a business.
Yeah.
You know, when you're getting documents involved and shit like that, man, it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I signed my life away to Babe.
Yes, you did.
I'm owned.
Yes, you are.
See
I was
my
about to say
harness?
that. You're just reading my mind. I was like, I own you.
See my pretty pink harness? Says Babe on it.
Property of J5.
Yes.
And I'm not ashamed of it.
I'm not either. I know what the hell I did.
You're like, yes.
Yes.
I said, do you? You were like, yes. Do you take yes? Like, I haven't asked you yet. I'm like, doesn't matter. I take it. I do. ask you these questions, I'm like, yes, the answer is yes to all.
Mm-hmm.
To sickness and in health. He is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, there's a pyramid on my wall.
Is there?
Yeah,
You see, I'm there.
I know. I'm trying to take a picture.
You're taking a picture?
Ooh, it's 4:44.
Ooh, nice. It's a sign.
Yes. How do you feel?
I need to rest. But thank you, baby, so much for pulling me through this episode.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
See, you never know what you do for me. You always do that for me.
you're welcome, baby.
And thank you so much for being on panel with me.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, everybody, for pressing play. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And drop it in the comments. Do you have dead eyes?
Yes, you do.
You know, admit it. Do you see people as objects, what they can do for you? And if you do, shame on yourself and confess in the comments.
Do it. Leave it in the comment section. I know you're listening.
Because
I see you.
if you do it, that's you're on the right path to changing, making
Repent.
positive change.
Repent.
Yes.
Accept your faults.
And fix it. Make it right.
Say, I am a piece of poop. And
Just
I
say you're a POS.
person of sense.
Person of sense. Get out of here.
I know.
See, that's narcissistic response right there. Your narcissist is coming out, babe.
I know. Let me go hide here. Let me put on my shades. So you can't see it.
There you are, babe. There's my babe.
That reminds me, you should watch that one show too that I told you about, Lucifer.
Yeah, that's on my wish list too. See, babe, we got a lot to go through.
Oh, yes, we do.
Can't wait to get started.
Which one do you want to watch today? The Crow or Stigmata?
I want to watch The Crow.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, it's a date.
Yes. We'll go outside and collect the chicken bones. Lick those. All the pizza crust that everybody left out in the garbage. Yes, score. Yes, it's a date.
Alright,
And don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And we will get back at you guys in the next Y Run podcast live. Peace.
be nice, people.